بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أهلا وسهلا بكم كل هواة التحدث باللغة الإنجليزية بطريقة أسرع وأكثر طلاقة. اليوم هنتكلم عن موضوع مهم جدا لكل من يريد أن يتحدث باللغة الإنجليزية بطريقة أسرع وأكثر طلاقة. وأول أول خطوة في التحدث بطلاقة وبطريقة أسرع هي معرفة الاختصارات اللي هنتكلم عنها اليوم يا شباب. يلا نبدأ. Do you want to speak English faster and fluently? هل تود أن تتحدث اللغة الإنجليزية بطريقة أسرع وأكثر طلاقة؟ Follow اتبع contractions in English اتبع الاختصارات التالية في المحادثات اليومية باللغة الإنجليزية. I am طبعا في المحادثة بتتحول إلى I am 24 years old. You are. You're such a sweetheart. She is. She's very beautiful. They are. They're such cute kittens. We are. We're going to China next month. That is. That's awesome. There's the hotel we were looking for. What's the matter? What's the matter? Where's my car? Who's there? Who are? Who are the people at the next table? Who are the people at the next table? Are not. Aren't. They aren't coming next week. Is not. Isn't. She isn't listening to you. She isn't listening to you. We're not. Weren't. They weren't invited to the party. Was not. Wasn't. I wasn't joking when I said that. I wasn't joking when I said that. Does not. Doesn't. He doesn't play tennis. Do not. Don't. I don't like cheese. need not, needn't. You needn't worry about that. You needn't worry about that. Did not, didn't. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Cannot, can't. I can't understand you. I can't understand you. Could not, couldn't. He couldn't get his shoes on. He couldn't get his shoes on. Will not, won't. He won't be able to attend the conference. He won't be able to attend the conference. Would not, wouldn't. I wouldn't ask here. Has not, hasn't. She hasn't finished her work yet. Have not, haven't. I haven't finished my homework. I haven't finished my homework. Had not, hadn't. I hadn't thought of that. I hadn't thought of that. Might not, mightn't. I almost wondered if he mightn't be right. Must not, mustn't. You mustn't worry too much about this. You mustn't worry too much about this. Should not, shouldn't. You shouldn't do things like that. I will. I'll be on vacation next week. You will. You'll. I think you'll pass the exam. He will. He'll. I'm sure he will help you if he can. Excuse me. Sorry, I make a mistake here. I've made a mistake. Yes, this way. He will. He'll. I'm sure he'll help you if he can. I'm sure he'll help you if he can. She will. She'll. She'll be there tomorrow, I am sure. They will. They'll. I hope they'll come to my party. I would. I'd like a cup of coffee. I'd like a cup of coffee. You would. You'd. I was afraid you'd ask me that. I was afraid you'd ask me that. He would. He'd like to go. He'd like to go to the cinema tonight. He'd like to go to the cinema tonight. He would. He'd like to go to the cinema tonight. She would. She'd be a great managing director, don't you think? She'd be a great managing director, don't you think? They would. They'd love to see the film. We would. We'd be grateful for an answer. I have. I've been waiting an hour already. I've been waiting an hour already. I have. I've been waiting an hour already. You have. You've got to start working harder. You've got to start working harder. They have. They've got paint all over the carpet. We have. We've. It's been over a year since we've done that. It's been over a year since we've done that. It's been over a year since we've done that. Who have. Who've asked you so far? Who've asked you so far? She has. Sorry, he has. He's worked here for 5 years. He's worked here for 5 years. He has. He's worked here for 5 years. She has. She's been to Japan twice. There has. There's. There has been too much said on the subject. That has. That's been the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. That's been the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. What has? What's? They want a list of what's been stolen. They want a list of what's been stolen. Who has? Whose? Who's been chosen? Do you know? I had. I just got in the bath when the phone rang. You had. You'd. It happened just after you left the room. He had. He'd been alone for a long time. She had. She'd already left. They had. They'd better be here on time. We had. We'd better be more careful in the future. who had, who'd. She wondered who sent her the mysterious email. شكرا جزيلا يا شباب، وأتمنى أن تكونوا استفدتم. وطبعا الاختصارات دي مهمة جدا عشان المحادثة اليومية بتاعتك باللغة الإنجليزية تكون سريعة. فدي أول نقاط في جعل المحادثة بتاعتك سريعة، هي الاختصارات دي. أتمنى أنكم استفدتم، وتنسوش شباب تعملوا لايك وتشير. Thank you so much. See you next time. Have a good day.